We hung out.
That's hanging out.
Right, that's hanging out. So everything was fine until she started sleeping with a coworker, hanging out with another coworker, sleeping with some other people.
I have messages here that have her telling me to get out or we can fight.
The vehicle hits me on my right side. It's enough to knock me down. He got out of his vehicle, asked me if I'm all right. I said, no, I'm not all right. You just hit me.
This man is insane. He's crazy.
That's not in the medical report.
I'm telling you, this man is out of his mind, man.
Plaintiff Valerie Taylor says her ex-BFF and roomie ruined their relationship by skipping out on rent. Defendant Tia Williams says the plaintiff challenged her to fight before throwing her out.
Testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
It's case 60 on the docket, Taylor versus Williams.
Welcome to both of you. We have the plaintiff, Ms. Taylor, and you are suing the defendant, Ms. Williams, in the amount of $4,000 for unpaid rent. Wow. Okay, what's the deal?
So I met the defendant in undergrad. We were best friends. We played volleyball together. We hung out. That was my right hand. I can show you a picture of us hanging out.
That's hanging out.
Right, that's hanging out. That was my best friend. I was like, girl, you know what? I'm moving to Towson. Come get an apartment with me. Let's turn up. She said, cool. We applied to get an apartment together.
Yeah.
We got denied because she had bad credit. I had to get the lease in my name and have a co-signer, which was my mother. We agreed to pay half month's rent together, security deposit, we would split, utilities, and that was it. And we both agreed, and she did fulfill that for a couple of months. I found out she did not have a job. I got her a job. So everything was fine at work until she started sleeping with a coworker, hanging out with another coworker, sleeping with some other people, and then landed up with
Your
the
Honor,
boss.
I'm not really sure how
So
that's
I
relevant.
wasn't finished
Yeah,
speaking.
I'm not sure that's
Hold on,
relevant either. Yeah.
Okay, well, she had to quit. So then we were
Which is
still,
also false,
hold
Your
on,
Honor.
I wasn't done.
1 second.
We were
You get
still
your
living
time.
together, and that was fine. She quit, and that's cool. I was like, you know what, give me 2 months rent, give me a security deposit, and you can go.
Which is
because
also
she,
false, Your
hold
Honor.
on,
Completely
she had a job.
false.
Hold on,
No, thank you.
hold on.
Hang on, man. You'll get your time.
Thank you. So you know what, pay me 2 months rent, give me 2 months security deposit, and you can go. So then, one night, I come home, she's having the loudest sex I've ever heard in my life.
If you're doing it right, sometimes that's how it's gotta go.
I leave, it's 1 o'clock, it's a Sunday night, I'm coming to bed, I have to work tomorrow. I knock on the door, I said, it's a little loud, can you take it down? I'm trying to go to sleep. So then the next day, I went to work, feeling refreshed, a little tired.
Imagine how she felt.
Right, you know, we both didn't get we got no sleep, you know, she had a little rowdy night, you know, I couldn't sleep. I went to work, I came back, all of her stuff was gone.
I have messages here that have her telling me to get out or we can fight.
Where?
Let me see.
I would like to see it. I would like to see it too.
If you'd like to talk, we can.
Which is my message.
Your message.
Yep.
And then you answered, I'm with it. You can give me 2 months rent and half the security deposit and get out. Or we can fight. Let me know.
Okay.
Whoa.
You don't see the text messages before, which of course she wouldn't show you because that's what she does. It says, before this, if you'd like, we can, which insinuating, let's fight.
Basically, you're saying she can leave one way or the other.
Because she already insinuated that she wanted to leave. I said you can.
Which is
give
fault, Your
me,
Honor.
hold on. Give me 2 months rent and give me deposit and you can leave.
If she's saying to you, you can leave with 2.5 months rent, that would be the conditions that she was evicting you.
Your Honor,
And
this
it-
is at the point where we hadn't spoken for 2 weeks at all.
Yeah.
This was my choice to do. I was going through several things.
Sure.
I did leave my job for another job. It had nothing to do with anything personal.
Sure. Okay.
Other than I just moved on to my career. Did not speak with Ms. Taylor for about 2 weeks previous to this happening.
I said give me 2 months rent
Which
and
is
have
absolutely
security
false.
deposit
All right.
Up
because we
until
were
this point-
friends.
And your amended complaint also mentions the issue of damages. Will you explain the damages to me, and then if you have any proof or evidence of that, I'd like to see it.
The gentleman at the leasing office came through and gave me an estimate on the damages that she has caused, which needs to be the door chain replaced, which she broke when she kicked in the door.
At no point am I able to kick down a bolted door.
So we just raised
All
her
right.
hand to say that we're telling the truth, right? I would just like to add that there was other people in the apartment that can testify that this is a lie. She kicked the door
Absolutely.
in, the chain is broken, and I have to replace it. So here's the estimate on
Your Honor,
everything.
you can't kick down a dead bolted door. This isn't the
It's
movies.
not a deadbolt, it's a door chain. So it's easily taken off through a kick.
With a screw.
Door chain needs replaced, $20. Key not returned,
He
$75.
has been returned, Your Honor.
So we can knock that out.
Yeah.
Carpet damage, stains.
We already agreed before leaving, which I did not
When?
intend to do initially.
When?
Until things became hostile, was to
Yeah.
bring in a steam cleaner, which my mother has. We can easily steam clean and clean whatever we have to do
I have
before
to get the
lease
whole
is up.
carpet replaced.
Your Honor,
There's
there's
a
no
pic-
absolute
I'm-
proof that these
I'm
damages
s-
cannot be replaced, as well as that I caused them. Your Honor, I'm
And-
also not on the lease at all.
You what?
I'm not on the lease.
I understand that.
She's not on the lease.
I understand.
But she was
Legally,
also
you're-
paying me. She was also paying me. And this is the thing. We were best friends.
You can't make judgments
Yeah.
based on the fact that you were best friends. You are legally on the lease. Because you were friends, there was an understanding that you would pay half, et cetera, because that's how it
Exactly.
started out. Even though there's no document saying she's going to be responsible for half, and she's going to be responsible for half the security, there was an understanding. That understanding went by the wayside when you even admit you couldn't stand the kind of behavior that was going on, or you couldn't sleep at night, or whatever. You guys weren't talking to each other. You even said one of the options is we can fight. That's
Your Honor,
that's
the second
eviction.
time she threatened
And-
physical violence.
okay,
The
but
second
I'm just
time.
saying you need to pay the rent for the months that you were there.
I did. Yeah.
So all I want to know, when did you actually leave? When was your last
I
day
left,
in the place?
Your Honor, on March 11th. I paid March 8th her money. Left it on the
Okay.
fridge like she requested.
So the only months that haven't been paid,
Are the months I was not there.
okay, which is April, May, June, and July.
Yes.
For the lease
Yes.
was.
'Cause I
For
was
those
kicked out.
4 months,
Yes.
she wasn't living there.
Yeah.
Then she shouldn't have to pay for when she wasn't living there. And on the unpaid rent, she paid for all the rent while she was there. She was then evicted.
Yes.
Therefore, $225 for the damages. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you. I just want people to see her character and how she is. She lied the entire time, which is fine, and that's all I wanted to prove.
So I did not do anything wrong to this woman. So I'm happier with the verdict than it would have been any other way.
Plaintiff Ian Doty says he was walking down the street when the defendant backed over him with his car. Defendant James Ousley Jr. says he never hit the plaintiff. He's just a hustler trying to scam money.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
It's case number 186 on the docket.
We have the plaintiff, Mr. Doty.
Yes, sir.
And you are suing the defendant for $3,000 for medical bills, new glasses, pain and suffering due to being run over by the defendant's car.
It was approximately 7 a.m. in the morning. I used the city bus to get back and forth to work. I work third shift.
Yes.
I'm walking down what's called Beacon Street, and walking down with my headphones on. I'm not really paying attention. It's a bright day. Next thing I know, a vehicle hits me on my right side.
Wow.
It's enough to knock me down, but knock me unconscious. So I'm on the ground.
Just knocked you down.
Correct.
The car was backing up?
The car was in reverse, maybe 4 or 5 miles an hour. I have no idea. As soon as I hit the ground, the defendant stopped. He got out of his vehicle, asked me if I'm all right. I said, no, I'm not all right. You just hit me. The police was called, EMT was called. In the meantime, before they responded, somebody else for the defendant came out, a female. Somebody was trying to get him to move where they can get to work. So she moved the vehicle, put it on Beacon Street. EMT and police responded. They took the report. EMT said, you okay? Took the vitals and all that. I said, I'm okay at this time. And they said, well, if you need to go to the ER or whatever, please go. So I asked the police officers, does this guy have insurance? They said, we don't know yet. We haven't interviewed him. But if he does, it'll be on the police report.
Did you go to the hospital?
Yes, sir. That's what I was about to finish.
Yes.
I have them bills, the ER bills.
Do you have a medical report?
Yes.
If I could see the medical report and what bills you're alleging.
It's an after-visit summary.
I just want to see, yes, some medical report which says
That's
what,
the after-visit, and these are
what
the
they
bills.
found was injured on you.
X-rays, ER visit, that's what they gave me, sir.
What I want to see is the report to see what the injury was. These are all the instructions. Where is, have him show me where it says what happened to him. This is just medicine for pain, but pain medicine could be for anything. Here, show me where it says what they thought happened to you. I mean, in terms of the damage to your body, obviously.
They just, that's all they gave me. They took X-rays, gave me the medication for it.
They took an X-ray of your spine?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now let me hear what you have to say about this.
All right, Your Honor. This man is insane. He's crazy.
That's
He's a
not in the
lunatic.
medical report.
Right, but
Okay.
I'm telling you, this man is out of his mind, man. I was pulling out of my driveway, backing out.
Yes.
I looked both directions as I do it for 6 years plus.
Yes. Okay.
And nobody was behind me. I heard him say, "Ow, you hit me," and I put the car in park.
So you didn't hear a bump?
No bump. All I heard was him screaming, saying, "You hit me." And when I got out the car, I walked behind. I seen him laying on the ground, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "You hit me, and you better not move." And I'm like, "I'm not leaving nowhere." He was like, "I'm calling the cops." The whole time I'm talking to him, he's on the ground. And a neighbor came out to leave to go to her job. He gets up.
So he did get up?
He did get up, and
Okay.
then when the fire department truck comes,
Yeah.
and EMT, they driving down, he began to bend over like this and waited till them to pull up, and then he walks towards the fire department truck, and they begin to ask him what is going on. And he was like, "This guy hit me," and the fireman was like, "Well, what's hurting on you?" And he was like, "I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine." And firefighter said, "Well, lift up your shirt. Let me see if anything is wrong with you." And he was like, "I'm fine, nothing's wrong." And the firefighter was like, "Well, let's wrap this up. Let's go," because he's refusing any help. The police asked, "Was anybody there?" I said, "Yes." The two people that I don't know, one of them they did talk to, the police officer talked to.
And what did that person say?
She did write down a statement, and she said, "Clearly this man is trying to get some money out of you."
This is the police report. The driver, that would be you were backing out. Driver said he heard a thump on the rear right of his vehicle and stopped. He exited the vehicle, saw the pedestrian who was yelling. There was no damage to the car. An independent witness who does not know either party stated he saw the pedestrian, and it looked like he threw himself on the ground.
That's false.
Well, there's the police report.
I understand.
Why does the police report say you heard a thump on the rear right of your vehicle?
I'm not sure, sir. I heard him screaming.
The police report does say an independent witness who does not know either of the parties stated he saw the pedestrian and it looked like he threw himself on the ground.
2 or 3 weeks later, I get a phone call from my wife. She's frantic, she's upset, and she says that this guy showed up to our door, our residence, bamming on the door, talking about, "I need to speak with your husband." My wife began to open up the door, and it was him saying, "We need to go to court." And I was like, "What?" And then she was like, "Yeah," so I shut the door, and then he bam, 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 kept bamming on the door, and then I began to come home. I see this man, and I said, "Why did you knock on my door?" He began to say, "We need to work something out, we need to work something out." And I was like, "I'm not working anything out with you." And then he says, "Can we please talk?" And blase. I said, "I have nothing else to say to you. You came to my residence, you was an offender, I have 2 children, 2 girls at my house, plus my wife. Why would you come to my house?" And I hung up the phone, and then I went to the police station, and I filed a report.
Can I see that report?
Yes.
End of the day, this guy don't have insurance.
That's not what's at issue right now. There is a
Residents.
conflicting story here that you're saying his car backed into you.
That's correct.
He's saying, and a police report is saying, that there's a witness that said you threw yourself on the ground and you weren't hit by the car. That means that in a court, you have to provide proof. If there's no proof, then there's no way I can rule in your favor. If you were really hit by that car and knocked over and suffered real injury, there would be some report. Or you would have gotten to the emergency room right away, or you wouldn't have jumped right up.
I went to the ER the same day.
I know, but you're not handing me a medical
Well, here.
report. That's what, if you have it, I'll look at it.
The after summary.
If
What
you-
else am I supposed to do?
Give
Go
it to
down
me.
there?
Give me the report that says what your injury was.
You hand up the.
Show me the sentence which said, this patient
Right here.
suffered this injury.
Right here.
Okay, if there's an injury.
Moderately, severely problem, right there.
Well, let me see it. Calm down.
He's saying right here, Judge.
Okay. Emergency department visit, moderately severe problem. Reading the medical report here, the reason for the visit is hip pain, and the diagnosis is acute left-sided low back pain without sciatica.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
If you would have showed this to me in the very beginning, we could have not have some of these theatrics. So just calm down. This is what I wanted to see.
First time I've sued somebody, so I apologize.
Okay, well, good. I hope you don't need to in the
I
future.
don't want to.
All right.
Man, he's crazy. He's crazy, man.
Okay.
He's crazy.
Okay.
Looking for a payday.
The bill here was for $592. Okay, he sued you for $3,000, including pain and suffering. I understand. There is a witness on your side which says he threw himself on the ground, etc.
He harassed me, came to my residence, all this stuff.
I understand, but then you have the option of filing a suit on harassment. That's up to you. I can only deal with the case in front of me, and the case in front of me is whether you backed into him with your car. That's the only issue I can deal with.
Right.
And if that caused injury,
I
it
didn't
is
do it. I didn't back into him. He threw himself on the ground. He's a lunatic. He figured out some way to do whatever he did to himself and go to. Why would you refuse that when the ambulance is right there on that day and time if you was hurt? Why would you do that?
Why did you?
Why would you do that?
Why?
No,
I had
there's no.
Look at my teeth.
Your teeth don't
I
matter
had
if you get
an-
hit by
Okay,
a car.
Sir, speak directly to the judge.
Because when adrenaline hits you,
No.
Adrenaline?
Hang on, sir.
I'm trying to, you know,
No.
I can't give you an excuse why I didn't go to the
Okay.
ER, but I went the same day.
He probably
Okay.
got them
All right.
injuries.
All right.
The
from
judge is
throwing
speaking
himself.
Okay.
now. The judge is speaking.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay.
It's possible that you're mistaken because you know what happened to you. And I have to go by what you're both saying and what the evidence is. I'm making the decision as fair as I can be. On your side, he's not entitled to the $3,000, right? And on your side, I'm going to give you the $592 for the
Okay,
plaintiff, $592.
I agree.